Alright, so let's talk about To Be or Not to Be from 1983. If you haven't seen it, you're in for a treat. It's a wild, hilarious remake of that old 1942 classic. Yeah, the one about actors outwitting Nazis. This version's directed by Alan Johnson, but make no mistake, this is Mel Brooks all the way. It's got that mix of silly and smart only Brooks can pull off, full of slapstick, crazy disguises, and basically dunking on bad guys with vaudeville flair, all set in Poland during World War II. Here's the rundown. We're in Warsaw right before and during the Nazi invasion, and the whole story centres on this super dramatic actor, Frederick Bronski, plus his glamorous wife, Anna. Their theatre show is a hit, but Frederick's super jealous because Anna's getting all the attention, especially from this charming Polish pilot, Latinty Sabinski. Of course, things get wild when the Nazis show up. The theatre gets censored, secrets start to slip out about the Polish resistance fighters, and this slimeball professor named Silecki threatens to rat everyone out to the Gestapo. Cue the improv. The theatre crew goes full Mission Impossible. Fake beards, phony Nazi uniforms, and a ton of bonkers plans to trick the not-so-bright Colonel Erhardt and his crew. They wind up hiding Jewish refugees, rescuing their buddies, and pulling off a seriously gutsy escape during a fake play put on for Hitler himself. It's got everything: slapstick comedy, romance, tension, and a big finale with Shakespeare references for you English majors out there. Don't worry, it's not too highbrow. The whole thing's about fighting back with laughter and guts, and the power of pretending to be somebody else. The cast? Absolute legends. Mel Brooks is Frederick. He's basically parodying himself, and it totally works. Anne Bancroft, who was actually married to Brooks in real life, plays Anna. She's got tons of sass and charm. Tim Matheson is the dashingly heroic pilot. Charles Durning absolutely crushes it as the clueless Colonel Erhardt. He even got an Oscar nom for being such a hilarious goofball. Jose Ferrer is the not-so-scary villain, Professor Silecki. Plus, you've got Christopher Lloyd, pre-Back to the Future, as Erhardt's hopeless sidekick. And there's even more. Ronnie Graham as the forever stressed stage manager, James Hakey as Anna's dresser. They don't shy away from Nazi persecution of the LGBTQ community. And if you blink, you'll catch Mel's own son, Max Brooks, as a little refugee. Now, behind the scenes, this was a Mel Brooks project from top to bottom, even though Alan Johnson technically directed, so Brooks could focus on starring and, well, being extremely Mel Brooks. The whole thing costs about $9 million to make, not bad for a big comedy, and it dropped in December 1983, right when everyone was losing their minds over Return of the Jedi. The writers stuck to the original script for the most part, but Brooks updated the story, making it a bit more sentimental and tackling some heavier topics, still way lighter than Blazing Saddles or Spaceballs, but with way more heart. As for reviews, well, people were split. Roger Ebert liked it, calling out how it mixes music, romance, and comedy. Gene Siskel, not so much. He thought it was sweet, but not gut-busting hilarious. The New York Times loved it, Variety loved Durning, but some critics thought making Nazis into punchlines was a little off, especially after everything we've learned since W. Dafoe. It sits at like 55% on Rotten Tomatoes, a classic love it or leave it flick. Money-wise, it did okay, made about $13 million, so not a flop, but not a blockbuster. Probably tough to compete when Jedi's playing next door. It did scoop up some award noms though, Durning at the Oscars, Bancroft at the Golden Globes, and even a nod from the Writers Guild. Not bad. Fans of the original 1942 film will notice Brooks kept a lot of things word for word, but played up the fun and the chemistry between the leads. Plus, he added more warmth and sentiment, and a few digs at fascists, of course. Some side plots changed, like focusing more on gay persecution thanks to the character Sasha. Random cool stuff. Brooks' version doesn't pretend the Nazis weren't monsters, it just makes fun of how self-important and dumb bad guys can be. Some folks didn't love that, but honestly, the combo of laughs, heart, and a killer cast have given it cult status. If you like gutsy, weird comedies and Mel Brooks' whole vibe, this movie's right up your alley. So, wanna check it out? Pick up To Be or Not To Be using our Amazon affiliate link. It supports movies of the 80s, thanks in advance. And hey, don't forget to subscribe for more awesome 80s movie nostalgia. We've got plenty more deep dives where this came from. To Be or Not To Be worth it for the disguises alone? Go give it a watch.